Is this. This is a word the Lord gave me concerning the month of April. It's just sort of an exciting thing going on, so I'm just sort of bubbling with it. But I want to share with you how it came to pass. We were sitting here during the conference with Dan Moeller, and during worship, man, you're good. I just love you, just so you know. During worship, yeah, that's good. Jeff's just awesome. You know what I love? I love is the fact that he sets the atmosphere for the Spirit of God to move. You know, not anybody, I couldn't, but there's a lot of people who are musical who can lead worship. But there's not a lot of people who can set the atmosphere for the Spirit of God to move in our midst. And I love that. And so we're sitting here during worship, during Dan Moeller, and I have this experience with the Lord. And it's just happening in my mind's eye, but in my heart's eye, I can see right over here in this spot, right about here, I began to see a shaft open up into the ground. And I saw angels pushing these mine carts out and into the sanctuary. I thought, that's weird. You know, it's just strange. I don't typically think of good things coming up. You know, you think good things come down from above. But I see these mine carts coming out, and I know it's a good thing. And it's about the time I see that occurring in my mind's eye, I physically feel the wind blow as these spiritual beings rush by me from in front of me and behind me and across the top of my head. I felt it physically. And I knew they were going to assist these angelic miners that were bringing up these, what I then saw were big black lumps of coal. I thought, that doesn't sound good either. But as they would get there, as the first one got there and he touched the coal in one of those mine carts, I literally, again, physically, with my natural eye, saw a burst of light burst forth into the room from that area over there. And I knew that the coal was being transformed into diamonds. And that the diamonds were being taken and they were being distributed out into the congregation, into the people, and out beyond. And there were other mine shafts being opened in other places. And there were diamonds being pressed into the breast of the people, creating a living breastplate. And I began to ask the Lord what was going on. And it took a few days for me to grasp it because I was just kind of blown away by the experience. And as I began to seek Him for what this was, He began to show me what I've taught for years about and my dad has taught for years about this idea of the baptism of fire. Many of you know a lot of us have gone through that baptism of fire. Difficulties, challenges, stresses, strains in our life. And those challenges have brought greater maturity, but they've hurt, they've been difficult, and some of us have even gotten a little weary in the process. And I realized the Lord had opened up the shafts from out of the depths of our lives and out of the depths of the earth to bring forth treasure. There's a passage in Psalm, in one of the Psalms, and let me read it for you. It's from Psalm 104:24. It says, O Lord, how many and varied are your works. In wisdom have you made them all. The earth is full of your riches and your creatures. That's from the Amplified Bible. The King James says it's full of your riches, but that word there speaks about the things He's created, the riches of the things He's created. And I began to see the coal as riches coming forth. And I realized that what God was saying to us is He's pulling up out of the depths of our life all of those things that have blackened us in the past. The places where we felt burned, the places where we've been tried, the places where we've been tested, those lumps of coal are coming forth. And what He's doing, He's not bringing those forth just to create some new trial or to test you in a new way, but He's bringing them forth right now in your lives to set them on fire, because coal stores energy. Coal stores power. And so those tests and trials of the past are being dug up as riches from the earth, and they're being lit on fire. Like Isaiah says, the burning coal touched to our lips and cleansing. You've been cleansed, and now the power of God is about to be released. And as the diamonds were transformed out of that burst of light from that coal, I began to realize that what God says about or what we know about diamonds is they're also riches from the earth. And diamonds are one of the hardest substances known. And so God is hardening you. He's hardening the defenses around you. The things that the enemy has pressed against you with in the past that have pushed you backwards are no longer going to continue to push you backwards. He's hardening the defenses so you can stand firm and stand solid. And then I realized that the diamond is one of the gemstones mentioned in the breastplate of judgment that the priests would wear. You remember they had the 12 gemstones. The diamond is the 6th gemstone mentioned, and there's ancient writing that seems to indicate that the gemstones had we know they had the names of the tribes engraved on them, and we just don't know for sure the order, but the more ancient writings seem to indicate they're the birth order of the tribes. So the 6th tribe is Naphtali. And this is a season of Naphtali for us. Why is it April? Diamond is April's birthstone. So that 6th stone, that diamond, that Naphtali stone is being pressed into your life, taking what's been challenging, stressful, straining, and testing in the past, igniting it with the fire of coal to release power into your life so that you will be like Naphtali, able to be that deer who runs to the high places, that's able to move about on the mountaintops, no longer confined to running around that mountain and stuck with a vision of just what the side of the mountain looks like, but stepping up to a new height where you can see things from a new level and are capable of taking a perspective you haven't taken in the past. Naphtali means wrestling or to wrestle. And the things that you have wrestled with in the past, you're about to overcome. April is a month of breakthrough where the words that come forth from your mouth are going to begin to have a prophetic significance that will change the atmosphere around you, transform circumstances. And as you speak, the blessings and favor of God are going to be released in you, but they're also going to be released from you to change your family dynamics, to change your workplace dynamics, to change the religious dynamics, to change community dynamics, and you're going to see transformation as you're lifted up above the circumstances to rule over those circumstances instead of them having you pinned to the ground. Hallelujah.
Come on, Jesus. Come on, give the Lord a shout on that. Hey, that's a good time to take an offering. It looks like everybody's already doing it.